601 Big Fish Contracting, SVA, a professional services company, WeatherTight, and Network Health on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
This one is way out there and gone.
There's no greater feeling than when your favorite baseball team hits a clutch home run. But wouldn't it be great if you could do that with your business? SVA Professional Services can help you do just that. We pride ourselves in providing measurable results for clients that span a multitude of industries in the service areas of accounting, tax, business consulting, and more. Get your own measurable results by visiting sva.com/home run. We'll see you at the park.
Sip into a flawless summer. Hey, it's KBN's Brad Nortman. Let carbless, ready-to-drink cocktails be your passport to pool parties, patio hangouts, cookouts, and pure summer bliss. Carbless is here to spark a summer of flavor and fun. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and of course, all the good vibes. From fruity flavors to refreshing fizz, Carbless stands out in a sea of same-old seltzers. See what flavors fit your summer. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com and enter to win a flawless summer prize pack today.
On the baseball field, the skilled players get paid the most. The same is true in construction. Some of the most skilled players building our roads, solar farms, and stadiums are the men and women of the Wisconsin Operating Engineers. If you are ready to step up to a job where you can earn more without college debt and operate equipment like cranes, excavators, bulldozers, and drones, you're ready to join the team of Wisconsin Operating Engineers today at join139.com.
Hey, I went to the new place. They didn't have everything, but the bananas were on sale.
Wait, why didn't you go to Woodman's?
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint. I'm Phil. Other stores promote a few items but charge more for everything else.
At Woodman's, you save big time money on your whole grocery bill.
I even use the app to compare prices.
Oh my gosh, talk about receipt regret.
Our work here is done.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ. It's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from American Family Field, here's your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
Well, that was pretty electric. Wow. Wow. That's one way to win a series. Walk-off grand slam. Christian Yelich, only the 9th time in franchise history the Brewers win it on a walk-off granny. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Jerry Augustine is with us, too. You see a final score 5-1 without knowing it went to extra innings. Oh, it's just another run-of-the-mill game. No, this was more than fashionably late. This was just flat out at the nick of time. The Brewers offense showed up. Their only extra base hit of the game was a grand one, but let's get you caught up to speed with the highlight recap.
Ready for this?
Out of here!
This?
Brought it back! Ho, ho, ho!
And this?
It is gone!
Time for tonight's highlights.
Brewers Red Sox, game 2 of this quick 3-game homestand. It was a bullpen day for the Red Sox, starting the rookie Richard Fitz up against Aaron Savali, making his return to his home mound. This game started off on the right foot for both pitchers in this one. A couple of strikeouts in the first frame, but in the second inning, some base runners against Savali, but got some help from Isaac Collins, who's been really playing his role well.
1-2 pitch. That is a fly ball into left. Going to be a long run for Collins. Still coming in. Goes into a slide. And he made the catch. Now he throws behind the runner at first. But Campbell back in there in time.
Very nice play from Collins. He'll make another really good one later, dealing with the sunlight breaking through the right field window panes. Now, fast forward to the 5th inning. A little bit more defense here for the Crew. After a leadoff double from Marcelo Meyer, one way to erase it is to not run on Sal Frelick.
Out of the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball into right field. This is playable for Frelick coming in into his left. He will make the catch. Tagging from second. On his way to third is Meyer. The throw is great, and they got him. Oh, what a throw by Sal.
That was his 6th outfield assist of the season. That is now tied for the Major League lead. Okay, at this point, though, we go to the 6th inning. A wild pitch brings home the game's first run. It came on the hand of Aaron Ashby as he enters in relief in this new long leverage relief role that Pat Murphy is calling. So the Red Sox get out to a 1-0 lead. Meanwhile, the Brewers offense, seeing a new pitcher seemingly every inning, is having trouble at this point. They only had one hit from innings 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. They got a leadoff walk in the 8th, couldn't do anything with it. Finally, in the 9th, it all starts with the captain, who would later be the hero.
1-2 pitch. Hit down the third baseline, inside the bag, fair. Yelich turns first, on his way to second, and it's a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 9th.
That's off Aroldis Chapman, too, so he's aboard. Then it was Rhys Hoskins. He draws a 4-pitch walk to keep the inning going. He's quickly run for by Andrew Monasterio. But on that walk, Yelich stole third. So there are men on the corners and nobody out. Isaac Collins would be next, and he would pop out to shallow right field, not deep enough to allow Yelich to try and tag and score. The next batter, the guy who's hitting nearly 400 against lefties, it's the summer of Sal.
Chapman brings home the pitch, and Sal, a liner into center. That's down for a base hit. Yelich scores. This game is tied at 1.
1-1, they're still threatening first and second, one out. Durbin thought he won it with a line drive to right, but he hit it too well. It carried all the way out to Abreu, and then Ortiz would strike out. So we go to extras. Rob Zastryzny has the top of the 10th inning. Of course, the place runner on. An infield single opened the frame. Men on the corners, nobody out after Zastryzny enters with one out, and still the corner situation. He strikes out Jarren Duran. That golden sombrero for him. Then it's the talented Rafi Devers. You may think about walking him. Nope. Zastryzny gets the job done.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Fly ball hit to left field. It is right at Isaac Collins. 1 step over towards the line. He made the catch. Rob Zastryzny. 2 of the outs of his life.
Josh Mauer's call. So now we set the stage for the bottom of the 10th. All the Brewers needed was 1 run. It's the placed runner, Joey Ortiz, on second. Turang lined a single back up the middle, but he hit it too hard to allow Ortiz to try to score. So men on the corners. Turang took second on indifference. Then a walk to Cherio. The bases are loaded for William Contreras. They go 5-man infield. And he pops out right behind the bag at second base. So that's 1 out. It's up to Yelich facing the former closer, Liam Hendricks. A 1-1 pitch. It was a hanger. He banged it, and we're all going home happy.
Pitch to him. Fly ball deep right. It's going to win the game. Abreu's going back and watching it sail. It's a grand slam. Oh, my goodness, Christian Yelich. He walks it off in grand fashion. The Brewers win it 5-1 in the 10th. How do you do?
Wow. Josh Mauer on the call. Oh, man. Needed that around the horn for the Brewers to win the series over the Red Sox. Now it's time to get greedy. Go for a series sweep tomorrow. 855-616-1620 is the phone number again. 855-616-1620. You can call, you can text in. Randy, I see you on the line. We'll get to you on the other side of the break on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
You'll find that the licensed and certified electricians from Quality are top-notch. We've been around for over 60 years, so expect nothing but the best. And here's the kicker. With over 60 vehicles out there on the roads, you're not going to have to wait very long at all for the electrical service you need now. This is Anthony Zanevsky. For all your residential electrical needs, call Quality.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. At Quality, we offer the most respected brand names in heating and air conditioning. Armstrong and Carrier. It doesn't get any better. And our technicians are top-notch. I know, because I handpicked every one of them. They're vetted and thoroughly trained. Hey, they're the cream of the crop. And that's why our quality workmanship guarantee is the strongest in the business.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources today. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org. Paid for by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
All right, Brewers get a fun winner, 5-1 in 10 innings. They take the series over the Red Sox. With Jerry Augustine, I'm Dom Cotroneo. We'll get to Augie in just a moment. Want to get to the phone lines, 855-616-1620. Again, 855-616-1620. Randy has been waiting patiently here on the line. Randy, you are live on Brewers Extra Innings.
Oh, my gosh, Dom, what a thrill to be calling in after a walk-off grand slam. You know, you never know what you're going to see when you get to the park. And this was my first time at American Family Insurance Park. What a night. I'm going to remember it forever. I want to congratulate the fine people of Milwaukee, the Brewers fans. What an environment. Just a wonderful place to take in a ball game, Don.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mr. Randy. This is such a great place to enjoy. You know you're going to play, and I'm glad it sent you home a happy customer, and Christian Yelich can send you home with a memory, right?
Yeah, for sure. Do we think is Yelich starting to bust out? Do you think this is the start of something?
I think this could be the start of something, Randy, especially fearful for your Reds because, he can really torch it against those Cincinnati Reds. He knows those are coming up on the schedule here next week, so you know he's clicking in gear just for your Reds, right, Randy?
Well, hey, I don't know anything about my Reds, but we certainly don't need to see a hot Yelly in the NL Central. That's what I'll say.
All right. I'll let you have your fun. Thank you for calling in. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. He's the greatest. So Jerry Augustine now, I'll let you in on the inside joke here, Augie. That's a friend of mine. First time at the ballpark here tonight, and I'm glad he got to see some serious history today. And we're watching a guy, Christian Yelich, who has gone through it a little bit this year, but one of those, when those leave the bat, they're going off the face, and you're like, all right, let's go home happy. And I'm out of words. I blacked out. It was awesome.
We're having fun, Dom, right now. You're just having fun. It's baseball.
Oh my God!
And your good friend called, and what a way to end it. But you know, you talk about this ball club and the way the game had transpired going into that ninth inning, and to see Christian come up and get that base hit off of Chapman. What a tough at bat, and you know they've been pitching him in real well and getting him in off the plate and then going away. He just battled there, and what a key hit to start and tie the game in the ninth, and then put the big swing on a breaking ball that was over the middle of the plate to hit it with a grand slam. But you talk about fun at the ballpark. What did the Brewers want to do? They wanted to come home, and what did they want to do? Start winning series, and they've done it the first two series at home here, and starting to swing the bat a little bit better late in the game. But I'll tell you what, pitching still was the story of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the pitching, you didn't allow an RBI. That's a heck of a day, right? The only run scoring on a wild pitch. I mean, that's just, I know we could talk about Ashby. We'll get into long leverage stuff and all that stuff, but the offense, as late arriving as it was, yes, Yelich gets, a lot of the credit today, as he should. He won it. Also started the rally in the ninth inning. We got to talk about Sal Frelick because he continues to hit against lefties, and this isn't just any lefty. He barreled up a 98-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone from Aroldis Chapman. I mean, that's the first blown save of the year for Chapman. 100 off the bat, right back up the middle. And, I was talking to some of the Red Sox broadcasters before today's game. What do you guys think of Sal? What's his role? What's he doing for you guys? And with him yesterday hitting that changeup down and getting dirty, he's like, just put bat on ball, make anything happen. And today, he faces one of the best closers of all time and just says, no big deal. Left on left, I'm hitting nearly 400 against lefties. Sal's really starting to click it into gear.
I'll tell you what, that at bat, I think he went up with the idea that he was going to look for something away and just go with the pitch. And I think the one thing he does so well against left-hand pitchers, he really tries to not allow a left-hand pitcher to dominate him away. He covers the outside part of the play real well, and he's quick enough now on the inside. He's gotten stronger and quicker on the inside part of the plate and made him more effective when someone tries to go in on him. But that's a 100-mile-an-hour pitch, ball up over the plate. He just did a great job of going right back up the middle. And, we've talked about it I think it was the last series when they were on the road. We talked about what they're doing is splitting up splitting things up, and where do they put Sal Frelick in the order? I tell you what, they got him at a perfect spot now. He comes in with guys on base, and he puts the ball in play. He gives you a good at bat. He kind of carries the bottom part of the order. But I tell you what, I agree with you. I tell you, he's swinging the bats very, very well, playing excellent defense. We saw what he did tonight. He's just been an integral part of this ball club.
Yeah, I mean, it's been something that the Brewers pride themselves on, their defense, right? I mean, that play, throwing out a leadoff double, trying to go second or third, you can argue was the difference of the game, right? That's a run that generally would score a man on third in less than 2 outs. It's not easy. It's the big leagues, I know, but that's a play for Sal that takes a run off the board. The reason why there's gold on that glove for him. And then even Collins made some great plays and left. Joey Ortiz. There was a couple little tweener balls to Caleb Durbin at third. I thought he made some very nice plays on too. I know William Contreras, missed the main wild pitch that he wanted to have back, but he blocked every other ball tonight. These little games, when your offense isn't clicking, and it's not clicking still, when your offense isn't clicking, you don't let it impact your defense. And tonight was another game that looked like the Brewers from last season, where they haven't got the big hit yet, but you know what? As long as the defense stays tight, they feel like they're in it. Even on a day where they didn't have their A bullpen totally available, it felt Brewers-y. I'm making up a word there, but it felt like a Brewer game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And I'll tell you what, we say so much about this defense. And how about the one when Frelick did throw him out? He was set up and ready to throw the ball right when he threw it. He didn't have to take the extra steps or the crossover steps or the steps that you take to make the throw. He came up with the idea that, you know what, I'm not going to allow him to get third base and made a perfect throw. And the whole night, the team played really good defense. I thought Contreras was excellent behind the plate. Yeah, the ball got by him, but he blocked a lot of great pitches, got a lot of pitches in the dirt, played really well, almost threw the guy out at first base. I think he's a little upset with himself. Guy was a little bit off and just missed through the ball a little bit. But this team defensively always steps up. And tonight, defense played an extremely important role on what happened with this ball game. And I'll tell you, it shows up. This team is starting to play better as we get along through the season, and they're starting to get healthier.
A few on the text line agree. Wow, what a way to get back to 500. That was super fun. Asking about the five-man infield, we'll get to that. That is 100% legal. Jeff from Elkhorn, great win. Wow, did Yelich redeem himself for not bringing in Churio in the 6th. Anderson and Sestrzyzny working the 10th was phenomenal. Let's get another one tomorrow. This one as well from the 510. What an amazing game. Just goes to show that sometimes you try to do a little less at the plate, like Yelly just trying to get it in the air, things can start to click. Not only did the crew need this win, but so did Yelich. And hopefully this is the turnaround game we've been waiting for. Back to 500, 28 and 28. Take a breather, but first want to thank our presenting sponsor all season long, and that's our friends at Fifth Third Bank. If you're looking for a commercial banking partner that truly understands your business needs, look no further than Fifth Third Bank. They've been serving our community for more than 15 years right here in Milwaukee with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making that helps your business thrive. Experience the unique commercial banking value that only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. Back with more with Augie after this on 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
This change has leveled us up while being able to maintain the same quality of service that we've always provided, with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. We're proud to be part of the Century 21 family, so you can move fearlessly with the added confidence of top-of-the-line marketing for maximum home exposure. And that means more eyeballs and the real potential for the highest price for your home. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated. Incorporated.
Do you know what to do in the event of a cardiac emergency? Would you be ready, willing, and able to help? The American Heart Association is asking everyone to become a nation of lifesavers for CPR AED Awareness Month. Tune into the Midday News on Monday, June 2nd at 2:15 p.m. when Greg and Jessica speak with Connie Schneider, who will share an amazing story about how one person's knowledge of CPR saved her nephew's life and inspired her to teach CPR to thousands. Sign up for an online CPR course or find a course near you at cpr.heart.org.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Best win of the year. Brewers get it 5-1 walk-off fashion from Christian Yelich. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Jerry Augustine is here as well. All the nuggets from this, and we got to talk a little pitching since we do have Augie on the line here too. So here's everything that goes into it. Yelly's first career walk-off home run. He had the most home runs of any active player without a walk-off homer. It's his 6th career Grand Slam, which moves him second on the all-time Brewers list, only behind the great 8, Ryan Braun, who also hit 8 Grand Slams. Yelly's 7th career walk-off hit, and it's the Brewers' 9th walk-off Grand Slam in franchise history. The last, of course, Daniel Vogelbach in 2021. So fun times here at the ballpark today. We'll talk about the pitching next with Augie, but first I want to get to the phone lines. Doug and Baraboo, you live here on Brewers Extra Innings.
You got to love baseball, guys. We're in town for all the games, really enjoying it. Another great throw by Frelick. Unbelievable. And what a great game by Sal. And Yelly, again, obviously what a great game. But listen to all the shows, Dom, and I've heard some of your comments from people texting in and so on and so forth about Yelly, oh for this and oh for that, sit him down, do this, blah, blah, blah. During all that time, he was either tied for the home runs or was ahead for the home runs for the team. And I believe he was ahead, before this game even, was ahead for RBIs. So sometimes I just don't understand some of the fans. I just love the game, and we had a great time tonight. And just on a side note, why do they start turning the lights down when the opposing pitcher is coming in as a reliever? They haven't been doing that. That's usually a build-up for the home team, isn't it?
It's just something for people younger than you and I guess, Doug. Someone to keep a little bit more action into the game. I don't mind it. It's no big deal. But you're right on the Yelich front. Augie, I'll bring you in there. Appreciate the call there, Doug. Augie, I think, the burden, heavy is the crown, right? Because when you're the guy, and we know what he did in 18 and 19, it's been a minute since we've seen that version of Yelich, and we thought we were seeing that version of Yelich last season before the back started to flare up again. I know it is burning Yelly inside to see his batting average where it is right now on that big giant jumbotron in center field. In his own words, you just try not to look at it. But to see him not get Churio in earlier in the game, I mean, he punches back. I haven't seen him exude that much emotion on the playing field in a while. And you can tell it's burning at him. And it just makes me smile to know that, this doesn't make everything perfect, and he knows that too. But just to have a moment to celebrate your own success can really do a lot for your psyche moving forward in the season.
We talked about Yelly, how he was struggling on the road last week, where he just wasn't getting the pitches. They were pitching him tight and then going up and away. And really, when they go in on him and when they get way in on him, he has a tough time handling that pitch at times. But he continues to work. It looked like the last couple series, he's been a little bit more patient at the plate, trying to stay away from that pitch on the inner half, trying to give into that pitch. And it looks like it's really paid off. I thought the pitch he hit off of Chapman was unbelievable, how he was able to get to that pitch and just put a good swing on it. And then the home run that he hit was a slider guy made a mistake, was a little over the plate a little bit, but he went and got it. And right there, you see him now. He's staying a little bit more patient, going the ball. He's too good of a hitter to lay down for a long period of time. He's going to come around. He's going to swing the bat well. And, boy, I tell you what, the Brewers could sure use it because he's starting to swing the bat. And tonight he did an excellent job.
I thought he did. Great to see him come through there in the final 2 frames against 2 all-star closers in Aroldis Chapman and Liam Hendriks. So let's shift to a little pitching here. Aaron Savali gets the start, and we understand he's still coming back from injury. The arm isn't totally built up like the Brewers want it to be at this point. And furthermore, they knew they had Aaron Ashby ready to go with his long leverage role, right? And as we learned, Jared Koenig was available today too. Then in the end, it was Grant Anderson and Rob Zastryzny getting the most important outs in the contest. Let's start with Savali. I know it burns you inside to see a starter only go 5+ innings, not being allowed to face a third time through. Ultimately, Ashby letting in that leadoff double down the line to score, and it was the only run for the Red Sox today. Nonetheless, in my opinion, Savali did his job for what the Brewers needed out of him. 79 pitches. I thought the stuff was very effective. He regrets the 2 curveballs he threw today, one to Meyer and one there to Rafaela. But I know it's frustrating in the moment. I think if this was a month down the road, Savali would have given the chance to get that rest of that 6th inning, given his pitch count would have been stretched out longer. Maybe the Brewers would have more runs at that point too, but I think this is more of a snapshot of where he is in his recovery and his arm health right now.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think what you're doing is, you remember, they brought him in. He was going to go and have a couple more starts before they might have brought him back to the big leagues and start a game here, but they brought him back a little bit earlier. And by bringing him back earlier, we saw in the first game that he pitched that he really wasn't in command of all his pitches. He had all those pitches. He had the good breaking ball. He had the fastball. He had the cutter. But he wasn't consistent. It looked like he was battling out there, and he did. He went out and battled hard and did a nice job for the ball club. But tonight was a little bit better. What I thought was a step up. He went 79 pitches, and I'm sure that the Brewers down the road will want him to go that 6th inning with 79 pitches. He'll be able to do that. But tonight it seemed like he started to get good touch and feel with that cutter. He started throwing that cutter to good spots, or slider, whatever you want to call it, to good spots. Started using his fastball and expanding the strike zone a little bit. I thought tonight he was a step better than he was last time out. And I think that's what we're going to see out of him. Each time out, you're going to see him get a little bit more crisp with his pitches, being able to command the strike zone. And I thought that cutter tonight was just very, very good. It was the best pitch he had tonight, and he was able to locate it.
And the cutter 4-seam combo really worked out well for him, just like it worked out for Chad Patrick yesterday. He got 8 swings and misses on those 2 pitches. Didn't get any swings and misses on any other offerings, whether it be his curve, his sinker, slider, or splitter. I mean, he throws everything at you. But for Savali to have some confidence after the first one was kind of so-so, pitching through the rain in Pittsburgh, he wasn't quite sharp. I thought today he looked a little bit more like himself of what we saw in the second half of the season last year. Nonetheless, if he's back and sticking around, Jose Quintana made it through his rehab outing A-OK today in Appleton from what it sounds like, and he could go on Sunday. Until Brandon Woodruff comes back, I mean, you're feeling pretty confident about the way that this rotation is rolling, even with this beleaguered bullpen, because you've made it to the end of the rainbow. Tomorrow, a noon game, but an off day to follow, so you've got a chance to maybe get greedy, go for a sweep, and you still have, guys like Tyler Alexander available. Nick Mears was available today. He was warming up for the 11th inning. Maybe McGill's available tomorrow. Maybe Uribe's available tomorrow, but nonetheless, the Brewers are almost at the end of this long tunnel to try to make sure their bullpen can try to get healthy for a big Philly series this weekend.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I tell you, it's called about getting healthy, and we're going to see when Quintana gets back. They're going to work him into it too, and like you just said, and I thought you said it well. Savali made that step forward. 79 pitches. Next game he might be able to go a little bit further. He'll be a little bit sharper, but I really thought, like you said earlier, like we talked about, having that good cutter with that late break on it, I thought he located the great spots. And then he threw that 4-seam fastball. That 4-seam fastball is a little bit different movement on it, but he was able to throw it in locations that got the Boston hitters off stride a little bit. I thought he pitched really well tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was just something that for the Brewers bullpen is what they needed. We got to talk about Rob Z and Grant Anderson, though, because I remember there was a texter right when Rob Zastryzny made his first appearance, and he pitched well in that. Somebody texted in, like, who the heck is Rob Z? Well, I mean, he pitched for the Brewers last year, and now all of a sudden the Brewers were lacking one thing in their bullpen, which sounds crazy for a bullpen that has, 4 lefties in it right now, 5 lefties in it right now. It's that lefty that's just, you don't have a lefty-only guy anymore, but at the same time, Jared Koenig can get both sides out. You kind of save Koenig for the 7th or 8th inning in leverage. When you need that earlier left-on-left at-bat, Zastryzny was up multiple times for that at-bat earlier in the game. For him to come through against Duran and Devers, two of the best lefties in the game, to do his job, man, I mean, that the folks in the dugout are taking note of that, and he's certainly available and ready to go if needed tomorrow.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And, you talk about the different styles that you do have with Koenig and Straczynski and what it's Disney. That's a tough name to say. But I'll tell you what, the way they throw the ball, I thought Koenig, he throws with that low 3/4 arm. He's devastating to both left and right hand hitters. But I thought Z did a nice job today. Really had a really good breaking ball. There's a couple breaking balls that just missed. We're able to get the hitters off stride on the outer half of the plate and then make a good pitch. I thought he threw the ball. He's the kind of guy that's used to coming in and getting that one out, coming in with guys on base. Could be a big plus for this ball club as they go along, especially if he continues to throw the ball like he did tonight.
And then finally, Grant Anderson. He's in the trust tree. I mean, he is in the center ring of this trust tree. He continues to do his job. Just an infield hit against him, and then a clean single up the middle. But he got ahead of 4 hitters today, 0-2 today. The dude comes in, he throws strikes, he's got a lethal weapon with that sweeper. Grant Anderson has earned more leverage innings, and quite frankly, he might get some more tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I think Grant Anderson is the right-handed version of Jared Koenig. The right arm angles that they come on, both got the sweeper, they both dominate both sides of the plate. That's special when you got those type of guys throwing from the arm angles that they do out of that bullpen. And I'll tell you what, they both threw the ball very well tonight. But if we take a step back, we talk about Ashby real quick. I'm going to tell you what, you got to give Ashby and you got to give DL Hall a little bit of time. Ashby was just a little bit rushed to the plate tonight. Had a great breaking ball, but when you talk about a guy that when you pitch a ball, if your body gets in front of your arm, you don't have the good command of all your pitches. He had a good breaking ball and he had the good fastball, but he couldn't locate them where they wanted to because his body was jumping to the plate. You notice that when he had to run around first base, a little bit better control because you have to stay back and not allow your body to get out. I just wanted to make that comment because I know guys watch and they watch how the guys pitch. But I think Ashby, as he gets along, gets more times he gets in the ball game, gets more innings under his belt, he's going to be really effective as well.
I agree entirely. All right, Augie, we've got an interview with Yelly, so I can put you off to the side and appreciate you this coverage this week, and we'll talk to you more soon, my friend.
All right, we'll see you next week. Take care.
All right, Jerry Augustine, former Brewers pitcher, back with us here on WTMJ. I got a few texts to catch up on as well, 855-616-1620. Again, 855-616-1620. Also want to remind you that Brewers Extra Innings all season long is brought to you by Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. And this Memorial Day weekend, now that we've passed it, it's a reminder that Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical honors veterans with 5% off year-round. It's not just a holiday deal. It's every day, and it's their way of saying thank you. Book now at cider, SEIDER.com. Back with more after this on 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ. We get it. You're on the go, and life gets in the way. Stay up to date on all things WTMJ with podcasts of every show. Available on WTMJ.com. And don't forget you can stream WTMJ online and watch your favorite WTMJ shows on YouTube. Every show, when you want it, no matter where you are. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out collection letters, garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it even harder to get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in taxpayer assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Let them fight on your behalf, helping to put your tax problems to rest. Call the tax professionals at Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust. Different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp. Banks. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win. Oh, man. Should we hear it again? Yeah, let's hear it again.
Pitch to him. Fly ball deep right. It's going to win the game. Abreu's going back and watching it sail. It's a grand slam. Oh, my goodness, Christian Yelich. He walks it off in grand fashion. The Brewers win it 5-1 in the 10th. How do you do?
Josh Maurer's call here on WTMJ. It's our Surfside play of the game. A proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, Surfside iced tea and vodka and Surfside lemonade and vodka. It's all paired perfectly with the day at the ballpark and stocked at American Family Field all season long. A few texts that have rolled in here, 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. This one made me smile. The Brewers are like tightrope walkers. When you think they're ready to fall, they don't. They are still in this thing. Now let's get the sweep. That one from Doug. Text from the 414, Cruz turning it around. Totally optimistic. From the 920, Mason from Green Bay. This one, moments like this make me miss Euchre's radio call even more. He's smiling somewhere. What kind of momentum does a walk-off homer from the captain bring for the rest of the week? I tell you what, I think Euch, the last 2 days, helped out with keeping Yelly's ball fair tonight and keeping Monasterio's ball fair yesterday, too. So he just a little nick down the third base line. He kept that ball fair. That was huge for the Brewers the last couple of days. Another one here from up north. Best win of the year for sure. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but Yelly has been shades of 2018, 2019 in the past week. OPS is up 80 points since Thursday. It would be absolutely huge from this team. That one's from Caleb in Appleton. So all this is to say, it's Memorial Day week, and we talked about it yesterday on the pregame show. Hey, you take stock. All right, here's your first real post that you take a stock of where you're at. And if you're around 500, you're in it. No matter what your record says, no matter what the rest of the standings say. You are in it if you are 500. Multiple things can be true. It can't be totally sustainable for a team to be 13 games above 500 the entire season. It also isn't sustainable, as I've said over and over, that the Brewers being 3-4 games under 500 has to be their floor. And once again, the offense wasn't pretty tonight until the very end of the game. And I know it's difficult when you're facing a new reliever seemingly every single inning, but the thing about it, the Brewers have not played to their potential offensively. And the other good news out of it is they're going to get healthier with Perkins and Mitchell returning. At the same time, these rookies, these sophomores, they're gaining more valuable experience. We've seen so many better at-bats from Caleb Durbin and Joey Ortiz. I mean, he got robbed on a great catch by Jarren Duran earlier in this game. He's hitting the ball hard right now. He drew a walk today that was clutch to lead off the eighth inning. It didn't turn out anything out of it. But I see little building blocks continue to grow for the Brewers to say, hey, Isaac Collins, he gets on base twice today and steals a bag. Hey, Sal Frelick comes in, clutch, didn't strike out today, of course, had the clutch single against Aroldis Chapman. Caleb Durbin got hit by a pitch, got robbed in right field by the Gold Glover Abreu. This all while, despite, you look at the sixth inning, not being able to turn in Chourio with the gift there with him on second and nobody out. Keep playing ball. Good things will happen when Contreras, when Yelich, when Hoskins. Hoskins kind of cooled off a bit over this last week. Good things will continue to happen for the Brewers. Patience is the name of the game in baseball. It's hard to do. I know it really is. And we can react to each game in its own capsule. But remember, the whole season doesn't end with a win or a loss. Today's a good day. It's good to get back to 500. But, man, I would love to get greedy. Ask for a little bit more, get above 500 before you go to Philly, and then when you go to Cincinnati, this is going to be a tough road trip. So having as much momentum going into it as you can and going into an off day will be huge for the crew. We'll hear from the hero coming up next, Christian Yelich, right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
Is your business ready to take the next step? At Fifth Third Commercial Bank Wisconsin, our team of local experienced advisors is here to propel you forward. We understand your needs and offer in-depth expertise, cutting-edge technology, and tailored solutions to streamline your cash collections, automate payments, and safeguard your assets with top-notch fraud mitigation tools. Contact Fifth Third in downtown Milwaukee today. Let's eliminate the non-value add work so you can focus on what truly matters. Growing your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
You'll find that the licensed and certified electricians from Quality are top-notch. We've been around for over 60 years, so expect nothing but the best. And here's the kicker. With over 60 vehicles out there on the roads, you're not going to have to wait very long at all for the electrical service you need now. This is Anthony Zanevsky. For all your residential electrical needs, call Quality.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. Over 60 years in business, with over 60 vehicles out in the field so we can respond ultra quickly to your emergency AC needs. When you call Quality for emergency AC service, you can count on a swift response to get the job done right away. So if the heat's got you to the point where it's just too hot to handle, call Quality and we'll get you the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
The sounds of summer are here. Brewers baseball returns to American Family Field all June long. Get your seats now at Brewers.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win in walk-off fashion. I'm Tom Cotroneo. Josh Mauer caught up with Christian Yelich after the win. This was from the network postgame show, but now you have it here live on our show and in podcast form. Take a listen. Josh and Yelly reminiscing about the win.
Christian Yelich has the headset on, kind enough to spend some time with us. Thanks for sticking around, Yelly. Wow. What a swing. Take me through the at-bat, if you would, from the time you stepped up there against Liam Hendricks.
Yeah, I was just trying to get something up in the air. One out, outfield playing kind of shallow. Joey runs pretty good at third, so I was like, if I can just hit a fly ball at a medium outfield depth, like we're going to win the game. And, kind of just caught a slider right and obviously hit a little bit farther than medium outfield depth. But a big win for us. We battled the whole time and, found a way to push one across against Chapman there in the ninth, which is never easy. We kind of battled and stuck with it all night. Pitching staff did a great job, keeping us within one run all game and getting us out of the 10th there with, no runs given up. So great team win all around.
Let's go back to the ninth since you brought it up. You're facing Chapman, who you had seen just a few times in your career, and I don't need to tell you, and I don't need to tell our listeners how hard it is for a left-handed hitter, really for anybody, but especially a lefty to hit off of Aroldis Chapman. You end up getting that double that started the tying rally. What was your approach there? How did it work out for you?
I was just trying to find a way to get on. I was leading off the inning, and like you said, it's not the easiest at bat, but you got to find a way, and just stick your nose in there and try to find a way to get something done. And I hit it right off my thumbs, and it went right over the third base bag, which will take. You don't care where they go. Just hit it in the right spot. And Sal came up a couple batters later, did a great job getting me in there, and we obviously finished it off at the 10th.
It seemed like I was saying before you got on, Yelly, that in Pittsburgh we saw the swing come back to life for you. The results were there. Is that the way that you felt it this weekend when you got to Pittsburgh and had the big day on Thursday night? Did something click for you?
No, just keep making adjustments all year. It obviously wasn't the greatest start to the season for me, and just battling through, just trying to find something that sticks and something that you feel comfortable with, getting back to some good things mechanically, and been working on some stuff the last few days that, feeling it out from day to day, and there was some stuff in Pittsburgh that we kind of started trying out and getting back to and trying to move correctly in the right way. And you just try to build on it day to day. Some days it's great, some days it's a work in progress, and that's baseball season though. You're kind of always battling that throughout the season, and you just try to stack good days on top of each other and realize we still have a long way to go in the season, and you just put your head down, grind, and try to contribute to wins.
You've had a lot of big hits in your career. That's the first walk-off home run you've hit. Was it a different feeling that kind of coursed through your veins when you saw that ball was going over the fence, or did it feel like other walk-offs that you've had?
No, it was pretty cool. Like you said, it's my first walk-off homer, and it's taken me 13 years to do it. And I actually thought about that before I hit first base. I was like thinking about time finally did this. And it's rare that you get to experience some new things in baseball, but you never know what you're going to see every single day. And it was cool that it came in a big moment like that. Bases loaded, and something that was pretty special.
You talked about it being a team win, and it certainly was. It took just about everybody that got into the game tonight to win this one. Do you feel like this team is really starting to gel together? Is this potentially these last, let's say, week or so, can this be a turning point for this 25 Brewers team?
I think we've gelled together. We obviously haven't played as great as we have in the past, but we're a tight-knit group, and we believe in ourselves. We understand that we faced some adversity, and it hasn't been a seamless start to the year, but sometimes that's how it goes, and you just got to keep pushing till the end and keep fighting, and you never know what can happen. I think that who knows how baseball season is going to play out. So much stuff can happen in the next 4 months, and you just want to try to win as many games as you can, make sure you're still competing hard, and our group's always going to do that. So haven't been worried about that at all, and we're just cleaning some stuff up, fundamentally, and just, trying to stack good wins together.
Yelly, can't thank you enough for sticking around to talk with us here. Congratulations on such a fun moment.
You got it. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Christian Yelich here on WTMJ earlier with our own Josh Mauer. So next, let's hear from the manager, Pat Murphy. We'll take a break, come back with more after this on 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
Pain, tingling, burning in your hand and wrist, wakes you up at night, makes life difficult. Working with your hands is nearly impossible. If that sounds like you may suffer with carpal tunnel syndrome. The problem is Medicare pays for the old open surgery done in a hospital or surgery center. And it's no walk in the park. Big incision, 6-week recovery. Imagine your hands being bandaged up, unable to use it for 6 weeks. So if you want to, you can have that old open surgery the government says to get, or you have another option, an ultra minimally invasive procedure done in the office that can give you immediate relief in 15 minutes and you are back to your life in just 1 day. The Ovation Technique, only at Ovation Hand Institute. You've suffered long enough. You don't have to put the fix off anymore. Visit ovationhand.com and see the difference with your own eyes. ovationhand.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they do it every day with compassion and with empathy. They've got locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. I've been to the locations. I love how they treat the people who live there. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They offer early memory loss classes. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. Kindness at the core. It's Azura Living. Check them out at azuraliving.com. It's Azura.
You just can't pass on Less is Glass. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Tune in to Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS, is at risk of losing more state aid for once again being late with financial reports.
Bringing you the latest in news, sports, traffic, and weather.
President Trump and world leaders condemning the shooting deaths of 2 Israeli embassy staffers in Washington, D.C.
Every weekday from noon until 3 p.m. Only on WTMJ. Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Petrano.
Identifying the suspect from that day-and-a-half-long standoff in Fredonia.
Eric Billstad.
A man from Chicago is in custody, accused of killing 2 Israeli embassy staff members.
And traffic with Debbie Loziga.
And we still have this accident northbound 43 at Fond du Lac Avenue. The 2 center lanes are blocked.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ. This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers get a win tomorrow, 12:10 first pitch. No post-game show tomorrow. We're on the air at 11:35. Tomorrow, Freddie Peralta takes the mound for the Crew against Brian Bayo. A couple of Dominican right-handers getting after it tomorrow. 12:10 first pitch. No post-game show, but we got Brewers Weekly. It'll be a taped version on Thursday night right here on WTMJ. Now, that being said, let's hear from the manager. Pat Murphy, of course, with glowing praise for Christian Yelich.
Yeah, I mean, he took a day off. He's been swinging the bat great. His confidence is back, obviously, and, that credit the Red Sox pitchers. I mean, that guy was good, and he threw him some good pitches. And, the pop-up with a man on third, he liked that back. But, again, he's facing somebody that's throwing at a high angle at 97, whatever, and it's tough to hit. And he hasn't seen lefties great this year yet, but he will. He has in the past. Look what he did off Chapman the next bat. That's a patent. We've all seen that. I've been here with Yelly as long as I have. We've all seen that base hit out of him, that double, and then his base running to get you to third. That's why he's a great player, because he does those other things. He does a lot of little things. He's a great base runner, and then to come through the way he did at the end, yeah, special. Really special. Special night for him. Inning 9 on. Special last 2 innings for sure.
Cameron, what about the double down the line off of Chapman? You said out there, you just got to stick your nose in there.
You do. Guys are throwing up to 103, and then, he threw him 3 breaking balls too. So he's got a lot to honor, and then to just hang in there and do what he did. We've seen that hit before. And to hustle to get to second base, unquestionably, and to understand how to steal third off Chapman, because he's done a way better job of holding runners this year. But he did do the leg lift one time, and Yelly walked in there, so made a difference.
Murph, what does a swing, a moment, a win like that do for the guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think that just the way there was so many contributors, Collins' catch early in the game, Terang's at bats all night. I mean, he had 4 or 5 good at bats. Churio's walk there at the end. Obviously, Hoskins had a big walk in that inning. Like I said, Collins continues to do it. Frelick's hit in the clutch there. That's just it sets the tone for everything.
What about the job Rob Zistrizzi came in there?
I mean, that's it, man. If you want to talk about heroes of this game, there's Yelly and obvious the Yelly and Terang's offense. But if you want to talk about it, I mean, it's Anderson and Rob Z. They were terrific, and they don't usually pitch in that situation. Rob Z warmed up today 3 times, 3 dry humps before he got in the game, and we actually called down there in the last inning and said, look, we're bringing him in to face Duran here if it gets there, and ask him, is he okay to go? I mean, I know what we've done to you, dry humped him. You dry humped him yesterday, dry humped him the day before, and for him to come in and do the job like this, I mean, this is a guy that we had last year, and we got a taste of him. I mean, I can't even tell you. That was on emotion, but he made pitches. And if you can't love that in a guy that didn't know if he'd have a major league job this year, that's pretty special. Grant Anderson the same way. Inning and a third. He battled. He was unbelievable. He pitches in any role. Those are the guys you remember forever.
What does that say about Rob's readiness, just the fact that he was up, down,
rare.
Not just tonight, but for a couple days?
But it's rare in the major leagues. People will complain, well, you got me up, and hey, you did this. And, and I understand that. I mean, you want to get relievers in a rhythm. You can't dry hump them. But, it's like this is a kid that just will do whatever it takes, and this is a kid that'll do anything you ask of him when it comes to pitching, and, just the focus and everything else to make pitches in that situation. I mean, won't be forgotten for sure.
Would you be surprised to learn that was Yelich's first walk-off homer?
Well, I've been here since 18, and I would think that was he had a lot of game-winning home runs. I promise you, a lot of them. But yeah,
Just shows you how rare it is. I guess
it's rare. Yeah.
Situation.
Yeah.
This is very rare. Very, very rare. Walk-off grand slams, they're cool. Last one to do it, Daniel Vogelbach. Maybe I can find it deep in our archives here real quick. We'll take a break, say goodnight after this. Brewers win 5-1 on 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
Hey, pilots and aviation lovers, there's nothing quite like making a trip to EAA AirVenture Oshkosh. July 21st through the 27th, get up close to thousands of aircraft, including the cool military stuff. Learn about the newest innovation, get hands-on with experts, and witness breathtaking daily air shows. No better way to immerse yourself into the world of aviation than by getting to the world's greatest aviation celebration. I'll be there. Get all the details and your tickets now at EAA.org, July 21st through the 27th.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Brian Balaga here for my new friends at Surfside. There's only one thing better than Surfside and golf, and that's Surfside iced teas and lemonade plus vodka on the golf course. This golf season, there's no better drink to enjoy on the golf course. Surfside is light, refreshing, and made with real vodka and real brewed tea. Plus, there's only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. Cheers to hitting the fairway, and cheers to Surfside. It's tea time. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Save on the best quality furniture and mattresses during the Memorial Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. With major discounts from our premier suppliers, you will save big bucks on top brands like Bradington Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradington Young is known for its fine quality leather upholstery. Fjords brings you modern Scandinavian designed recliners and sofas, ergonomically engineered for more hip and back support. Norwalk, with American roots that go back over 100 years, specializes in making furniture just for you. Choose the piece, style, fabric, or leather you want, and in just 35 days, we'll deliver your new sofa, chair, or sectional. In stock or special orders are all sale priced. Need a little help putting it all together? At Ken Michaels Furniture, our design staff is ready to help you with your purchases, and it's free. Stop in today and save during our Memorial Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture on Capitol Drive in Brookfield, Highway 100 in Greenfield, or our downtown Mattress Factory showroom.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
All right, we mentioned the last time it happened, walk-off grand slam. Let's all smile. Think about it. When Daniel Vogelbach walked off the Cardinals.
Swing and a drive to right and deep. Get up! Get up! Get out of here! Gone for Daniel Vogelbach. He just hit a walk-off grand slam home run. And he has put the Brewers on the field, every one of them waiting for him at home plate.
September 5th, 2021. We miss you, Bob. Man, that's he was still got it. I mean, that's pretty special. We miss Bob dearly. So Yelich is the latest to do it now. Walk-off grand slam. A fun night at the Yard indeed. Again, no post-game show tomorrow, but Brewers Weekly will be taped and live to tape, I should say, on Thursday night at 8 o'clock. It's always available in your podcast feeds. Brewers All Access, wherever you get your podcasts. Fun night at the ballpark. My thanks to our producer, Will Summers. My thanks to Jerry Augustine for joining us, all the callers, all the texters. Thanks to everybody who reached out tonight. We'll talk to you again. My next show live will be Philly, Friday night baseball from the city of brotherly love. So until then, my name is Dominic Cotroneo. Keep on swinging.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Take on outdoor cleaning projects easily with a Husqvarna pressure washer. They have the power for making short work of